Good evening, everyone. I'm Parth Sardi. We are here to present our final project on airline recommendation system. And these are our team members, Harshit, Bharat, and Krishna. In today's world, when you consider any industry, there are many options for a user to make a choice on which one to pick. This is where a user requires a recommendation system. So basically, a recommendation system is an information filtering system which helps user to select a particular thing according to his or their preferences. We use recommendation system in many fields like movies, e-commerce, music industry to give the personalization recommendations to the users. So now coming to when we consider any airline industry, there is no site that takes user preferences and recommends a airline based on the user's criteria. So therefore, a friendly and a personalized airline recommendation system is necessary, which can give importance to user preference and recommend the airline to choose from the numerous options and facilitate the user to travel according to his or needs. For our project, we have used airline dataset from Kaggle. In our dataset, we have many important features like seat comfort, staff service, value of money, in-flight entertainment, food and beverage ratings, which are given by the user from different countries for different airlines. And while working towards our goal, we have discovered several insights from the data. Unlike other recommendation systems, we are not only recommending based on ratings, we are also considering other important features like age and the country, cabin flow, when we recommend an airline to the user. So this is the framework of our project. First, we have data preprocessing. In this, we have done data cleaning, like we have removed the unnecessary columns and we have checked for any null values are present in the data set. And we have prepared the data for modeling by applying encoding like label encoding. And coming to EDA, in this, we try to analyze the data by visualizing it, and we have extracted several insights from the data. And next, in feature selection, we have selected important features which are required for our recommendation system by correlation matrix. We have plotted the correlation matrix and we have decided what are the important features. And next, we have applied multiple classification models like logistic regression, Gaussian Navi Bayes, and KNN classifier and random forest. And we have used various recommendation algorithms like knowledge-based recommendation, content-based recommendation, a collaborative recommendation, and hybrid recommendations to recommend an airline to the user. Finally, we have deployed our project airline recommendation system on Streamlit. We'll explain in detail in our further slides. And now my friend Bharat will take over from now on.
So now we'll take a look at the exploratory data analysis. With the exploratory data analysis, we have extracted several valuable insights. So the pie chart which you are seeing, this is a pie chart to find whether our data set is balanced or not. In our data set, the target variable is the customer satisfaction, and it has got only two values. One is recommended and the other is not recommended. So from the pie chart, we can infer that our data set is pretty balanced. This is a donut chart to describe the rate of air travel done in different classes in a flight. From this donut chart, we can infer that much more people travel in economy class in an airline and comparatively least number of people travel in the first class of an airline. This is a bar chart to describe the number of people of different age groups who travel through different airlines in different classes. Overall, people travel much in the economy class, and in the economy class also, middle-aged people traveling through flights outnumber the people belonging to every age group. This is a choropleth map to describe the count of different people from different countries who gave ratings to different airlines. So totally, United Kingdom has got a highest number of active people who gave feedback to airlines, and United States of America stood in the second place. This is a bar chart to describe the number of people who travel through different types of airlines. From this bar chart, we can infer that the greatest number of people travel through British Airways, and next the United Airlines, and Qatar Airways stood in the last place. And now my teammate will continue.
Now we are going to talk about the machine learning models which we have implemented for our data set to get to calculate the accuracy and the feature importance. The first important machine learning model which we have used here is logistic regression. It is one of the base model used for classification tasks when we have a huge data set, and this is very ideal for ideal for a data set when a data set is huge large and a main task is to classify. That's fine. So we got an accuracy close to 90% for a logistic regression model. And the second model we implemented is KNN classifier. KNN classifier is a clustering algorithm to identify the distinct groups, and it clustered the similar airlines into the same cluster. And for our data set, we got an accuracy close to 53.7%. And the third important algorithm which we use is Gaussian naive based algorithm. It is one of the best algorithm used for recommendation systems used by many research used for many research purposes. So it's a classification algorithm. It's based on naive-Bayes theorem. It really works well on a large data set as well as the algorithm outperforming more sophisticated classification methods. So it's very ideal to use for recommended systems. So we got an accuracy close to 94.17 for a data set also. The fourth and the last and the fourth most important algorithm, machine learning algorithm we used is random forest. Random forest is a classification algorithm where it takes the sampling of the data from the training set, where it selects the feature where it select the features for the random hiring history. As we all know, the main important issue we faced in the machine learning task is like we face a issue of variance and the bias. So random forest is very good at handling this where it makes sure like the bias of the model gets is high and the variance gets reduced. So it results in overall very good model. So even we got a very good accuracy close to 95% for outperforming all other machine learning models. And next comes the recommended systems. A recommended system, as we all know, it's a very important for to help. It's very recommended system helps us to make choices without any sufficient personal experience or the alternate. It suggests the products to the customers. It provides customers with information to help them choose which products to purchase. So there are many technologies now in today's sector where we can see like there are types of knowledge based recommended system, content based recommended system, and collaborative recommendation system and hybrid recommendation system. So we'll try to understand each and every recommendation system here. So the first is recommendation knowledge based recommendation system. It makes recommendation based on the user's history, but users history, but on a specific queries made by the users, because we don't have any users history. So it will make sure like based on some queries asked by the user, it will try to predict the best recommendation for him. It suggests products based on inferences about the what the users needs and preferences. It doesn't it takes users into consideration and try to give us a very good recommendation for the users. The system is used by IMBD to recommend by the users according to this weighted average. The second is content-based recommendation system. The content-based recommendation system works well with the data that provides users either explicitly or implicitly based on the user profile is generated, which is then used to make suggestions to the user. To understand this statement, we can take a very good example of a Spotify. When a new user register on the app, so the Spotify asks the users for its recommendation, like what kind of movies or artist should the song should like to listen. So based on the users preferences, some best songs of that particular artist are recommended to the user. In the same way, content based recommendation systems make sure like it takes the knowledge from the user, and it will try to recommend similar to its airlines. Collaborative recommendation system, as you can see, like there are many flaws in the content based recommendation system, where the user's past history has not been taken into consideration. Only the present uh, content of the users has been taken to recommend him. But when it comes to collaborative recommendation system, it also makes sure like the user's past history is taken into consideration, like what kind of music he just like to listen, or which are the particular airlines that he has preferred in this previous past. So it will try to make sure like the next coming recommendations are based on the users likes and the likes he has given in the past, so it's one of the best most used widely used recommendation system by in all industries. The users like most similar to the target has been given to are identified. The products bought by the similar users are identified. So this based on this prediction, the top 10 airlines could be recommended to the user. The hybrid based recommendation system is one of the uh, uh, accurate recommendation system where it just uh, try to override the flaws, drawbacks of both the content and the collaborative filtering system, combining them. So there is no user's past history taken into consideration. And in the collaborative recommendation system, the past history has been taken into consideration, but when a new user comes to, it's not very accurately giving recommendations. So hybrid recommendation system is best where it can combine both this and give us a very good recommendation system. So like as you can think of, like a recommendation main task is to help choose products that are potentially interesting to the users from a large set of options. To make sure like to achieve this task, so hybrid recommendation systems works well. Hybrid system can personalize the humans interaction, making the interaction adapted to the specific needs and characteristics. So we just try to personalize the complex topics many, and there is no single theory that could explain all.
Hello everyone, my name is Harshit. I will explain about the Streamlit. We use the Streamlit in our project to give the API to create the API for our model. Streamlit is an open source app framework in Python language. It helps us to create a web application for data science and machine learning in a short time. It compatible with major Python libraries such as sklearn, keras, pytorch, pandas, numpy, etc. Very less code is required to create an amazing web application. It can be easily deployed without any backend coding. So for you getting a good visualization, we can just use the simulate to get the good visualizations. Now I will give the demo. This is our application. It will be looks like that airline recommendation system. Here we give some statistics of data for the to get the total understanding of what is the data and how is like what are how is distributed and not. Like overall rating is distributed like maximum ratings are 10, 9 and 1. And also like for example age group, it gives the like which age group people from which airline mostly. So economy is the most popular and the first class is the least popular. And now for the recommendation system, let's take an example like which country you belong. For example, United States. Here we select the United States. Here are multiple features like overall rating, seat comfort, cabin staff, food and beverages, in-flight service, and return of investment. We user can choose whatever you want to choose. So let's take example of overall rating. Now just go with other option like cabin flown. There are two options: business class or economy. So let's take example of economy class cabin flown. Now we give 5 categories of age group: children, youth, adult, middle age, and senior. So for example, let's take example of adult. If someone me interested in his adult, so what flight he will get recommended. That's it. Here are the result. that what user has selected: United States, overall rating, economy, and other. Just click the predict button. Now we have to wait for a while. The application is running. Now application have been run successfully. Here are the recommendation, knowledge-based recommendations, which is Finnair, Qantas Airways, Garuda, Indonesia. This is given by the user preferences. According to that, the knowledge-based give the recommendations. Content-based filtering give the recommendation which have the similar content to that Finnair of the Finnair. So these are the Hawaii Airline, China Eastern. They are the similar to the Finnair. So user can select from these or from one of these. Collaborative filtering find the correlated to the Finnair. So these are the result of collaborative filtering recommendation system. It takes the flights which are 70% correlated with that particular Finnair airline. Now the last one is the hybrid system, which is a combination of collaborative content, which my teammate Krishna have explained in previous slide. The hybrid gives the recommendation of British Airways, Aerogel, that Avinica, these airlines. So now user have multiple options to select the airline. That's how our recommendation system works. Let's take another example. For example, if someone is from India, let's select the country name India. For example, let's keep our rating. Let's keep the overall. If we are, as we want to keep the overall rating. Now, if class flown, let's have two options. So keep the economy, and it will age group. Let's change with the youth. Let's take the example of youth. Now we can see the selection of user can be seen here. India, overall rating, economy, and youth. Now user have to click the predict button. You have to wait for a while. The application is running. It is now successful run. Now you can see the recommendation by different algorithm, knowledge based, that is Bangkok Airways, Emirates, and similar to Bangkok Airways, the content based gives the recommendation. Emirates, British Airways, and all. The collaborative find only one, which is 70% correlated with that Bangkok airline, that is Thai Airways. Hybrid gives them more accurate recommendation and more personalized. So that's how our recommendation system works. Let's go back to our slides. That's how we use the stimulate to show the how to give the overview of our project and to give the user to chance to see the selection and how it work. And these are the references. Thank you, Professor Diana, for helping us in making this project. Thank you, everyone.